What it is.
Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Qu'est-ce que c'est? What it do?
What it be?
It is what it is.
Hello, and welcome to Stoner Cricket Review, where we review movies for stoners, ents, and trees. I'm Stoner Cricket.
And I'm Major Redbeard. Today's installment, we review Hugo 3D.
Right.
The music review. Very interesting.
Okay. Welcome again to Stoner Cricket Review. I'm your host, Stoner Cricket, and this is my co-host,
Major Redbeard.
This is a program where we review movies on the big screen to let you know if it is worth your use of your cookie, brownie, tokes off your pipe, your bong,
Hits off the vaporizer.
the vaporizer.
Tincture. You know what tincture is?
Tincture.
Cricket?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would work.
Tincture. I don't think tincture is very good. But anyway, that's another story.
Yeah. So, we use the Reddit in scale to represent how stoned we were during a viewing. On a scale from 1 to 10, I say I would be about a 3. What would you say you were? Major Redbeard.
Major Redbeard.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe that I was at a 4 or 5.
So, my preferred method is to eat a brownie of some kind, an edible, usually before I even get to the show. And so, by the time I get there, it starts taking effect. And,
I completely agree.
You'd agree with that?
I find edibles are very, how do I say, edible.
yeah, true that.
That's a tautology. But yes, the main advantage is that you eat them and then you get there and then the fun begins.
Exactly. So, we have devised a rating system where a movie is given up to 7 thumbs up on how well the movie is worth seeing baked. With air quotes.
He's doing the air quotes, people.
Is it worth the time and the use of your trees?
You don't want to waste your trees.
We try to balance out reviews by getting at least 2 viewers, so sometimes we'll have more people, sometimes with different people, we'll see how it goes. The 7 thumbs up is determined by 3 categories: special effects, plot, and sound. I gave Hugo 3D a 6 out of 7. The sound was good. I didn't find the music or the audio distracting. The special effects were very good. The opening shot of the movie is very cool, and it took place in a world that was very believable. In terms of plot, I only took 1 thumbs off. Being stoned, I got hung up on the part of the father. Without giving anything away, it happens just how I thought it would happen. But for some reason, I was expecting more of the father's part of the story to wrap around. So don't get hung up on that like I did.
Major Redbeard gave the movie 7 thumbs up, even though I only have 2 thumbs to give. I gave them 7.
7 out of 7.
7 out of 7, yes. Major Redbeard really enjoyed the visuals. Did we mention that it was in 3D?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
We're reviewing Hugo 3D. We didn't see the regular version, so we can't really review that one. But 3D.
Yes, 3D is always a plus. And the music was very interesting as well.
Yeah.
And then the plot was not very confusing for me, even though I was at a 4 or 5. I probably wouldn't recommend going beyond 4 or 5 because then the plot might become confusing.
Right. I'd agree. I would have liked to have been more like a 4 or 5. But 3 was still good. That gives us 6 out of 7, and you gave it a 7 out of 7. That gives us 6.5 thumbs up out of 7. So we expect you fellow ents to enjoy this movie, Hugo 3D. It was great.
Major Redbeard agrees. It's a very good movie. We highly recommend it.
So we'll leave you with a song not related to the movie. So thanks for listening, and please return to listen to our next review.
It is what it is.
Goodbye.
This poem shall disappoint you because this poem is to be continued in your mind, in your mind, in your mind.
We've been talking about cool and its ramifications and how it applies to the hip scene. But maybe you can give us some examples now of the opposite of cool, uncool. Just exactly what is uncool?
It's uncool to claim you used to room with a bird or that you have birds abs. And it's even less cool to have cool bird. It's uncool to nod on the street corner waiting for the light to change. And it's uncool to let anybody know your uncle is a registered pharmacist. Uncool for the whole family. It's uncool to buddy with a known thing. And it's uncool to ask where you get it. It's disastrously uncool to let friends use your pad as a forwarding address for packages from Mexico. And it's uncool to ask where'd you get it. And it is uncool to wear shades after sunset. Unless you should be wearing shades after sunset. In which case it is uncool to take them off.
Mr. Roman, I must admit that I'm puzzled. You hipsters claim to be such relaxed, free spirits. Yet your rules for social behavior are even more set, tight, and rigid than those of square society.
Simple. I'll spell it out. A lot of the simple everyday behavior is illegal. So there's always a lot of ego. And you gotta protect yourself. Now, if you break the rules of etiquette, you get put down. But you break the square rules and they throw you in the slam. Anyway, there's only two basic rules. You protect yourself from the possibility of police intervention, which means you don't associate with uncool people and things. And you protect your state of mind. Now, that means you don't want anybody around who's going to bring you down, right? We talked about it. You understand what I mean? You follow the different things. I shall not involve thy neighbor, which means be good.
Cool. Cool is a word that seems to change meaning every time it's used.
Change the subject or spread, but it's a warning. All those things that just that one thing. It's cool with me means okay. It's okay. It's cool means it's alright. It's not dangerous. Cool means something all by itself. It's like trying to define it. If in general, righteousness, you can give 100 examples of what it isn't. You have to organize say what it is. Like here's an example. Say you've gone out and done it in your head, or you stayed in it and gone out or you've done both everywhere you went. And it's 4:30 in the morning and you're in the dining room and you're having a good pie. And it sits down right opposite you a cup. Now, your natural reaction is going to be, I want to laugh hysterically. But sometimes you say, an urge of some self-destructive party. And you say to yourself, be cool. Unless, of course, you go you're cool and come all in blue in front of everybody. Then no use to say be cool because it's happening. And then you're going to attract the attention of the crowd. And he's going to regard you as a menace. And this will get you a reputation as a very uncool face, having everybody seeing this guy regard you as a menace. And all in all, it's a drag, The hip thing is to perform exactly appropriate action at all times. And that is nice. It leads to paranoia. What's that? Who's that? Who's out there? What's that car? Who's in that car? Why is the car there? That car wasn't there. What? What? Who? Where? The eyeballs. You get jumpy. You creep something. It's paranoia. It's just disease. Yeah, like I was at a party, in the cemented park out in front of the U window. And I got drugs, so I split. Then I walked over to 2nd Avenue and 40th, and I went to this little restaurant, in Neenix or Rikers or something. And I ordered a bowl of jelly, with milk, raspberry jelly. And it was great, so I ordered another bowl. But halfway through my third bowl of raspberry jelly, I realized that if I ordered another bowl, the counter man would call the cops, There's this nut in Jello looks funny to me, better come over and pick him up. So I said, I put him in very carefully. There's a definite way to do that. Sort of like, I've had enough Jello, now I just think go for a walk. It's a very touchy situation. So I get out and I go to 42nd Street to a Redbeard and have another bowl of Jello, same kind. And man, I'm thinking, I've worked my way up to 68th Street eating Jello, driven by hunger and paranoia. You know, because life is not without its hazards, man. You know what I mean?
Girls in there, one mad brunette at the bar drunk with her boys. One strange chick I remember from somewhere wearing a simple skirt with pockets, her hands in there, short haircut, slouch, talking to everybody. Up and down the stairs they come, the bartenders of the regular band of Jack, the heavenly drummer who looks up in the sky with blue eyes and a beard. He's waving beer caps and bottles and jamming at the cash register, and everything is going to the beat. It's the beat generation, it's Bayat. It's the beat to keep, it's the beat of the heart. It's being beat and down in the world, and like old time low down. And like in ancient civilizations, the slave boatmen rowing galleys to a beat, and servants spinning pottery to a beat. The faces, there's no face to compare with Jack Minger's, who's up on the bandstand now with a colored trumpeter who outblows him wild and dizzy, but Jack's face overlooking all the heads in smoke. He has a face that looks like everybody you've ever known and seen on the street in your time. Sweet face, hard to describe. Sad eyes, cruel lips, expectant gleam, swaying to the beat, tall, majestical, waiting in front of the drugstore. A face like Hunky's in New York. Hunky, whom you'll see on Times Square, somnolent and alert, sad, sweet, and dark, holy, just out of jail, martyred, tortured by sidewalks, starved for sex and companionship, open to anything, ready to introduce a new world, shrug. The colored big tenor with big tones blowing sunny sticks clear out of Kansas City roadhouses. Clear, heavy, somewhat dull and unmusical ideas which nevertheless never leave the music. Always there, always far out. The harmony too complicated for the motley bums of music understanding in there. But the musician's here. The drummer is a sensational 12-year-old Negro boy who's not allowed to drink, but can play. A tremendous, little, lithe, childlike Miles Davis kid. Like early Fats Navarro fans you used to see in Espon Harlem. Yep, small. Drums with a beat which is described to me by a near-standing connoisseur with beret as a fabulous beat. On piano is Blondie Bill, good enough to drive anyone. Now Jack Finger blows out and over his head with these angels from Fillmore. I dig him, now he's terrific. I just stand in the outside hall against the wall, no beer necessary, with collections of in-and-out listeners, with Bernie, and now here returns Bob Berman, who's a kid from West Indies, barged into my party 6 months earlier with Dean and the gang, and I had a Chet Baker record on, and we hoofed it at each other in the room. Tremendous. The perfect grace of his dancing, casual, like Joe Louis, casually hoofing. He comes now in dancing like that, glad. Everybody looks everywhere. It's a jazz joint and beat generation ad trick. You see someone, hi, and you look away elsewhere for something, someone else. It's all insane. And you look back, you look away around, everything is coming in from everywhere in the sound of the jazz. Hi, hey, bang, the little drummer takes a solo, reaching his young hands all over traps and kettles and cymbals and foot pedal boom and a fantastic crash of sound. 12 years old.